I'm Chris Bell, physiotherapist for the Western Bulldogs. I'm here today on behalf of the Victorian Amateur Football Association and LifeCare. We're going to be running through some taping techniques and some injury prevention tips. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to another taping technique. Today we're going to do the really common taping technique for the MCL of the knee. This is often caused from a trauma from the outside part of the knee, opening up the inside part of the knee and causing damage to the medial collateral ligament. The really important thing with this taping technique is that you preset the athlete position before you tape it to make sure you're shutting down the joint on the inside part of the knee and you're not stressing the MCL whilst you're taping it. So if you imagine you roll your knee forward, it opens up the MCL. So the instruction to the athlete is to literally rotate the knee towards the outside, like so it approximates the part on the inside part of the joint. We're going to use some Fix-A-Mole to start up by protecting the skin, and then we're going to use some rigid tape to reinforce the MCL. First of all, Fix-A-Mole literally just protects the skin. So as you can see, I've marked a point on the inside part of the knee right in the middle of the joint axis. This forms a bit of a guide for where we run the strips of tape. So as you can see, we've now got a protective surface from the Fix-A-Mole. Now we use some thick rigid tape. We have anchors. Once again, it's very important not to let the anchors go all the way around the lower limb because we don't want them to cut the musculature off. So we anchor from halfway around the front to halfway around the back on the bottom part of the knee, and then the same on the top part of the knee, from halfway to halfway, giving us a really good framework of where we now start our strapping. And once again, looking at the middle axis of the knee joint gives us an idea of where these strips run. First of all, we do one straight up the centre of the knee, like so. So we cross that central axis. Now this forms another guide wire for where we run our next couple of strips of tape. So then we basically fan out. We start from the back part of that taping there, coming up, applying a little bit of pressure, pulling across the front half of that tape. And the same thing goes in the other direction. Starting at the front part of this taping, like so, pulling up, coming across that central axis again, coming up to the top part of the anchor. You simply repeat this stage, so depending on how aggressive you want to be with your restriction of the MCL, you repeat this stage until you cover that inside part of the knee. Once again, half a tape width, we come back, we come across the inside axis and lock down. Same towards the front, inside axis again is what we're running off. Trying to come across, pull up and stick. Coming across, half a tape width again, coming up and stick. And then another one where you come across from the inside. Once again, pulling, getting quite aggressive in the pull up on the MCL and sticking like so. So as you can see, we've got a really good reinforcement of the medial collateral ligament. Then it's simply locking off the top part of the taping. Just repeat your anchors from forward to back. On the top part and the bottom part of the taping technique. And then we reinforce with some stretch tape. So the stretch tape helps to hold the taping on the proximal and the distal part of the taping. It also holds it all together. So in this position, starting the tape coming down and around the lower end of the taping like so. And then from this position, once again, guiding the stretch tape with your hands. And you should once again have a cross going over that central axis of the knee. Locking off the stretch tape with some rigid. And a really good support for the medial collateral ligament in the knee following injury.